Hi YouTube, welcome to my YouTube channel Jimmy Puddings. I'm going to be showing you today how I like to get all my fat down me doing keto and omad together.
Now, first thing you want to do for the butter pancakes is weigh out the equivalent of 6 tablespoons of coconut flour, or 60 grams. Next thing you want to do is get 250 grams, that's 200, I'm going to put quite a bit of that in as well, 250 grams of organic butter. Couldn't think of the word then, organic. And you want to melt it. Okay, once you've weighed out 60 grams of coconut flour and 250 grams of butter, mix them together, add 1 egg, and also we're going to be adding about 1/4 teaspoon of bone broth powder, which will help it to bind. And if you want to stick in a 1/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum as well, you can, but I prefer the consistency without the xanthan gum. Okay, this recipe normally calls for 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, but the stuff that I bought has got apple juice in it, so we're not going to be using that. Instead, I'm going to be sweetening it to my taste with chocolate monk fruit drops. And of course, if you have got apple cider vinegar and you've got monk fruit, you can put both. Now, good trick to this recipe, once you've mixed everything together, leave it for 10 minutes for all the fat to soak right into the coconut flour, and it will be a perfect consistency to put in the pan. Nearly forgot, also, if you want, add 1/2 teaspoon to 1 teaspoon of organic vanilla extract. Almost forgot, if you want these to poof a little bit, put 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder in the mix. And there we are, butter pancakes are in the pan with the lid on. You keep these on a very, very low heat. It's less of a fry, more of like making like a mini oven kind of thing for them. You put it on the lowest heat you can get it on, a really, really small flame, and you leave it in there with the lid on until the condensation starts to build up on the pan. When you start hearing the drops go down and start sizzling, that's when you know that you're going to flip them, and furthermore it's an indicator later on that they're done. So, Jimmy Pudding's famous pancakes. Just note that the original recipe was sweetened with apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons instead of monk fruit. This has 200 drops of monk fruit in. Not sure if that's too much or too little, but I like to have a lot of monk fruit, so you may want to, I don't know, take that down by 1/4 or half. Now, these pancakes are extremely fragile, so when it comes to time to flipping, be extremely careful. Be very, very gentle with them. As soon as they're all done on both sides, they'll stay intact, you know, fairly well then. But between now and then, it's a little dodgy. Okay, just flipped them. As you can see, it's a tiny bit messy when you flip them. If a bit comes off the edge, just use your spatula to just scrape it back into the thing and leave it there with the lid on, and it will solidify into it. Here's one that was done first. Oh, it's a little bit brown. That's the middle one. The middle one's always done first. And I tell you what, these smell so nice right now. I'm very much looking forward to having these. I was going to have this pie with it, but tomorrow's mukbang is... Sorry, but that's for tomorrow's mukbang. This one, because I've got to leave that to set. This one I'm going to have with eggs and steak. So you can see, really simple, quick meal, you know, to have on keto, and then you do an omad. That's literally got your entire portion of fat all in there. So, yeah, you just have that with the 4.5 ounce steak and 4 eggs. That's your protein for the day, and that's a keto omad meal and a half. Well, that's just a saying. It's one meal. It's one day's worth of meals. I'm not going to edit these bits out, so that's it. And there we have it, the incredible smelling, really, really nice, tasty, tender, original recipe, Jimmy Pudding's famous butter pancakes. Oh yeah. Admittedly, there was a bit left in the pan, but I didn't want that to look messy for it, so there we are. See you in the next clip, where I'm going to be eating this with a steak and eggs.
Ow, my legs. Anyway, there we go. Here's the food. And there's me. Camera's not being blocked in any way. There we go. Now, don't call me weird. This is a sweet and savoury meal together, and yes, I'm going to be having it with cream. I know I'm weird, but... well, nothing, I'm just weird. Anyway. Baruch atah Yehovah hamatzilchem min ha'etzalei. Blessed are you, Yehovah, who brings forth bread from the earth. And probably all you Hebrew speakers are laughing your head off at me at my terrible accent. Hey, I know it's a terrible accent, I know it is, but what can you do? A lot of us only get, do a lot of Hebrew lessons just so we can get through our bar mitzvah. And before anyone gets the wrong idea about me, Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. And blessed is he who comes in the name of Jehovah. Just so you know where I'm coming from. You notice there's 2 eggs here. Within that cream, I mixed in some hydrolyzed collagen peptides, equivalent of 2 eggs. So, I'm looking forward to this. Butter pancake. Wow. Wow. I don't know why I don't eat those more often. Oh yeah. So I got really bored of them, having eaten them about 10,000 times in a row. Oh, that's good. So nice. Steak. Now that is some good steak. You can get organic meat at certain supermarkets now. I'm not sure if it's okay for me to say the names of them on camera. But the one I went to rhymes with Schmainsbury's. And it's Schmainsbury's. They've got some really, really nice organic meat. It's not always there. I think people snatch it up as soon as they see it. But wow, it's super tender and everything. If you've never tried raw tomato with salt, you've got to try it. My granddad always used to do that. I forget why now, because it's epic. And raw tomato is better for you than fried tomato. Chocolatey, buttery, they melt in your mouth. And that's the best thing about this particular version of this recipe. They're so soft. They just melt in your mouth and they just taste so cakey and nice. Oh, man. And I invented it. Bunch of supplements to take with my meals, and I nearly forgot. These really help my circulation and all sorts. I used to think it was weird to have pancakes and eggs and meat together, but I'm like, wow, Americans, you are geniuses. Hopefully I'll remember to edit this bit out, but whatever. I am blowing my nose, get over it. That lately, every time I eat, I get a runny nose. Yeah, I'm gonna have to edit that bit out. I did fold it in half before I wiped my mouth with it, so I wasn't... I'm not looking at the camera, I need to look at the camera. Maybe I should rename these melt in your mouth pancakes. Best thing about these pancakes is how filling they are. Wow. You will not get to the end of the meal unsatisfied, trust me. Tomatoes. This would be so much better with onions. Unfortunately, only a small amount of spring onions are okay for keto, and I forgot to buy some. With a memory like mine, I'm amazed I get anything done. Don't mean I'm a bad problem solver though. Anyone else find they go really, really positive when the camera's turned off? Yeah, just kidding, I'm always this positive. Smells so cakey. I'm not even kidding, I think I must have eaten this meal last summer about every day for a month. As soon as I discovered it, I was like, right, I'm never having another fat drink again. Taste kind of reminds me a little bit of Nutella on toast. Just without the crunch. It's a beautiful day out. If at any points in the video you're wondering why I'm staring in a certain direction, it's always because there is a wonderfully sunlit, beautiful garden outside. It's hard not to stare at it sometimes. It's a very nice garden. I've got the canine next to me doing this. he's doing it right now. I'm trying not to notice. Don't look, oh I looked so much. I think once I'm finished with the steak, I'll lose interest. Oh, that was super nice. Definitely my favourite way of getting all the fat down me. 250 grams of butter is a lot to get down in one sitting, but when it's in those pancakes, it goes down a treat. Oh. Don't have too much cream with them. I limit myself to about 50 millilitres of cream, 25 grams of fat. It's within acceptable limits to add to your fat intake. I hope you like that video. I hope if you make these pancakes that they go well and that you enjoy them as much as I just did. Please like and subscribe and join me next time for a mukbang video. I was trying to come up with something cooler sounding there, but that was it. Thank you and see you later.